What is up, full-time family? I hope we don't have any connection issues. I should have reset my router before this live stream. Late night show, after work, got a whole lot to talk about. I have a feeling this is gonna be a show that we need to mute. Before this live stream. Alright, but check this out, family. This is gonna be one of our better shows. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got a world premiere coming up on the show. I just made this shit. Finished it 10 minutes before this live stream, so I ain't even made a video to it. I'm gonna play it here live on the show. The Cody Garbrandt's In My Feelings. We're gonna get to that really quick. But also, Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier was just announced, so there's a lot of news to talk about, as well as a world premiere on the show. So let's have some fun, full-time family. It's 2 a.m. my time. Go for about an hour, hour and a half. Who knows? You know, there's a lot to talk about. Might get carried away and ramble, like you tend to do after work, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, my guy, full-time family in the building, Trollbuster said I waited 30 minutes. It's 3 o'clock where I am, and I'm just getting off. Let's fucking go after work, squad. Mediocre a-hole in the building. Are y'all ready? Hey, y'all ready for the world premiere? Let's go. We're going to play this one first. The McGregor Khabib. This one we made not too long ago. This fight should be coming up soon. Here's a little fun freestyle, you know what I'm saying? Just a song, give some people some time to get in here. So that being said, we're gonna play this, and then we're gonna play the Cody Garbrandt In My Feelings world premiere. Let's go, full-time family.
Full-time MMA now.
I love full-time MMA right now.
Me too.
They call me Conor McGregor, there's no one better. I'm a fuck Khabib up, then go rematch for money Mayweather. If this dog shit dagger stand, he thinks he can stand with me, I'll damage him and leave him panicking. Let Russia know I am the king, I don't like you, won't even pretend to try to. I've waited this long to fight you, you shouldn't have fucked with my crew. You ambush Artem Lobov in the hotel lobby, so we went and called gang. Now I'm coked up off of Molly, now I'm coming to the stage. So I think that you should probably stay the fuck up out my way. Somebody get me a dolly.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is #1 bullshit. Are you ready, full-time family? Let's go. We out here.
Yo, Conor McGregor, what the fuck is wrong with you? Come here, let me smash you like chicken, just let me humble you. You take all these drugs, but you won't take home a W. If we fight in UFC or if we fight with guns and crews. No, let me stop it, you don't want me to take it there. If you want, you can take a bear, send location, and I'll be there.
Hey, y'all ready for the world premiere? The world premiere. Y'all ready, family? Y'all ready for the world premiere? Let's fucking go. World premiere, man. Let me find this audio file. Like I said, I ain't even made this a video yet. Where we at? Cody Drake. Boom. Uh-oh. Kiki. Y'all ready? What? Don't ask me these fucking questions. Play the song.
TJ, are you crazy? I'm gonna sleep you. In the first fight, I hope you know you lucked up, but you fucked up, agreeing to the rematch, cause I'm about to beat your ass. At UFC 227, the snake is going down. Then I move down and fight DJ and be the #1 pound for pound. You only took my title cause I had a bad back, but this time when I fight you, you gon' get that ass waxed. Hold up, they call me No Love, and they know that I'm a motherfucking soldier.
Hey.
I smoke that kush like I'm a motherfucking stoner, and if you ain't know it, motherfucker, now you know what.
Hey, world premiere. Where we at, full-time family? Are y'all ready? Y'all ready to start the show? I'm ready, man. I'm ready to talk some news. We got breaking news. Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier. What's going on, man? This is going to be a good show. All right, with that being said, let's see who's in here. Some shout-outs. Clayton Funky in the building. Mediocre A-hole, a.k.a. Bada Bing Jr. in the building. Reggie the Tree. Trollbuster, of course. Moist Audio. Clayton Funky. We ain't fucking around. That being said, man, what y'all feel about Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier? He's back. Holy smokes. 2 years it went by. Nate Diaz, you know what I'm saying? He got that Conor McGregor payday. 2 of them, two time. A lot of people felt like he was setting out until the trilogy fight. You know what I'm saying? Some people felt like he wasn't trying to risk it for the biscuit. Nate Diaz been saying, I'm coming back, you know. I'm waiting until I get excited. You know, multiple different reasons that led me to believe, I don't know. You know, bike season. He talked about going to boxing and a lot of different things. So Nate Diaz, he's been out. But maybe, who knows why he's choosing to come back versus Dustin Poirier. Maybe he's running out of the Conor McGregor money.
You don't know what the real grind's like.
Maybe.
You don't know what the trials and tribulations that I've been through in my life. You don't know that I was sleeping on couches, then my mom worked 3 jobs just to provide food on the table.
You don't know what the real grind's like. Let's go, Moist Audio with the 20 NOK in the building. I don't even know what that is, but I appreciate it, good sir. But holy smokes, some people felt like Nate Diaz might have been waiting out, like I was saying. Who knows, though? Why he's coming back against Dustin Poirier? It's a non-title fight. I mean, Nate Diaz, I believe at one point he's been offered title shots in multiple weight classes, and he still didn't want to come back. So it seems like Nate Diaz is fighting on his terms, and that's kind of dope to see. You know what I'm saying? He's in a position to be able to do that. A lot of these fighters have to take a fight here and there because they got to pay the bills. So it's good to see somebody like Nate Diaz who deserves it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the fighters deserve it, but he was actually able to cash out and rest up a little bit. Took some time off, but now he's back, and it's a great fight, a great matchup. Dustin Poirier, Madison Square Garden, UFC 230. Holy smokes, I didn't expect this. I'm sure they're getting cashed out. It's the co-main event, and Dustin Poirier, he's coming off of a very impressive win over former champ Eddie Alvarez. That's 3 champions in a row Dustin Poirier just beat. Former champion Anthony Pettis, World Series of Fighting champion Justin Gaethje, Human Highlight Reel, and Wrecking Ball. Then he had to fight Eddie Alvarez, former UFC lightweight champion. Now he's going to be taking on Nate Diaz. I mean, both of these guys could potentially be looking to fight Conor McGregor or Khabib. You know, that's the fight that seems like it's going to be going down for the lightweight title, Conor versus Khabib. I mean, if Conor's coming back to the UFC, which all signs are pointing toward, I think he just posted today and said, honey, I'm home, and it was like a UFC-related post. And if he was coming back to fight anybody other than Khabib, I don't think Nate Diaz would be getting a fight booked right now. I mean, he's one of the options Conor might fight. You know, if Conor comes back and he's not fighting for the title, maybe Nate. But with Nate Diaz getting a fight booked, it looks like he's either, you know, tired of waiting, or he's looking, you know what I'm saying, to get another payday in the meantime, in between time. So it's great to see Nate back. Dustin Poirier, huge opportunity for him. Nicknamed the Diamond, and low-key a diamond in the fucking rough. Look at him. He's going like the Max Holloway, or he's going the Robert Whittaker route in the lightweight division. He's busting through the fucking sharks in the top 5 to get his title shot, and now he's getting a huge fight. Not the title fight yet, but I mean, if he wins this fight here, it's going to be hard to deny Dustin Poirier. But we got to keep in mind, Tony Ferguson, interim title, injured, got stripped. He's always going to be a #1 contender until he loses a fight. If he does, I mean, some people wonder, is he going to be the same when he comes back from that leg injury? Is he going to be the same Tony Ferguson and reclaim his interim title? Because that's a real possibility. What if Conor McGregor and Khabib win their fight? Who knows when they're going to come back? Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. But what if they go to parlay that win into the biggest fight of all time, which it already is, into like GSP? GSP's talked about coming back and making history. And making history by potentially fighting in a 3rd weight class. There's been talks about Conor and GSP, or Khabib and GSP. So what if the winner of that fight fights like GSP? That's money. They're not going to stall up that fight so Dustin Poirier or Tony Ferguson can get a shot. But maybe they can fight for an interim title. So, or I don't know. There's a lot of things that can happen, but with Tony Ferguson, Nate Diaz now in the mix, Dustin Poirier up here, things just got pretty crazy, and it's just starting. It's just the beginning in the lightweight division, because we're coming toward the end of 2018, and that's when these fights are about to happen. Diaz versus Poirier, Khabib versus McGregor. Holy smokes, yo, that's crazy just to think about. Holy shit. Wow, that's crazy, dog. Tony versus Lee 2 or Tony versus Showtime. Yeah, man. Or Tony versus Alvarez. Alvarez is coming off of a loss, but I mean, maybe Tony versus Lee 2. I was thinking maybe Kevin Lee versus Eddie Alvarez. Tony versus Pettis. That'd be fun. Uh-oh. Is that a new subscriber? Thank you very much for joining the full-time family. Popcorn Chicken in the building. What's up? Welcome to the family. But yeah, man, so this is going to be a great fight. It's a great time to be a UFC fan. I didn't expect this news. I know none of us did. This kind of came out of left field. I mean, Nate Diaz has been offered title fights at lightweight and welterweight. He's talked about coming back. And, you know, we thought if it's not going to be a title fight, what's going to take? People have called him out of his name. They've called him out respectfully. So, honestly, we didn't know what it was going to take for Nate Diaz to come back. And it seems like he's just, whenever he felt like motherfucking fighting, he's on his own accord at this point. He ain't starving no more. He can take some time off. So, who knows? Much needed time off. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So now that he's back, I think we can all appreciate it, and we ain't got to look any further to his return. Now, who knows? We'll see what's going on with Nick Diaz. He was talking about fighting at any title, at any weight class, all the way up to damn heavyweight fight in D.C. recently. So he might get a crazy booking. And, oh, by the way, what about the fucking Mayweather-McGregor, or the Mayweather-Pacquiao of MMA? Where there's a potential Anderson Silva versus GSP fight that we could talk about one of these days coming up, because Anderson Silva just got cleared. GSP's back. I mean, I don't know. Where would the fight take place at 185? That would be kind of weird, because GSP vacated the 185 title and he's talking about making history, even though we all wanted to see that fight. So I don't know if that would entice him to come back up to 185, or if he's looking at making history, biggest fight of all time, going for the third title, 155, GSP versus the winner of McGregor Khabib. Holy smokes. That would be crazy. But yeah, smash the like button, people. Much appreciated. We got 30 watching now. Nate Diaz is booked to face Dustin Poirier at UFC 230 on November 3rd. This is in Madison Square Garden. Now, this is the co-main event. We're still looking for the main event. Keep in mind, tomorrow, the UFC has a press conference coming up. A lot of the headliners and maybe co-main events as well of these events going to be on the dais. It's going to be kind of like a summer press conference kickoff or the UFC 25th anniversary kickoff. There's going to be a lot of people on the dais. Who knows? Maybe Nate Diaz will be there now. Maybe Dustin Poirier. They haven't announced Khabib versus McGregor, but a lot of these pay-per-views toward the end of the year don't have main events announced yet, and they're going to have to be announced sooner than later. We've got Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till at UFC 228. UFC 229 is in Las Vegas. That's probably going to be a pretty big card. That's the first date. That's the first possible date for McGregor versus Khabib. There's a lot of people that feel like that's a done deal. I mean, I've heard people talk about it as if it is a done deal. McGregor versus Khabib on UFC in October at UFC 229. But McGregor and Khabib have both shown interest in fighting in Madison Square Garden. But you have to keep in mind, that's where the incident happened, the whole bus attack. Does New York want Conor McGregor back? I'm sure they want the money, but is that the best look? Or is the Barclays going to welcome Conor McGregor back after that shit? Maybe they will for the money. I'm not sure. But maybe Dana White, he said that this fight is so big it might have to happen in Vegas. So October or December open up, because December's the end of the year card. Now, that's probably the farthest date away that it would happen, but it's still a potential because it's in Las Vegas and it's the end of the year card, which is usually stacked. So where's McGregor versus Khabib going to land? We're still waiting on that. We could find out soon. We might not. We're starting to hear about negotiations, which we'll talk about soon. Khabib Nurmagomedov talking about his money now. His manager recently said Khabib deserves $10 million. If Conor's going to get $100 million, give Khabib $10 million. Now Khabib's coming out talking about, hey, I deserve to be paid. Now, this is a weird twist and turn in things. You know, Khabib's not a guy known for the money. He's not a guy known to be reaching for the money. He's kind of making the lightweight division great again in a sense. He's talking about making Conor McGregor humble, teaching a lesson to the trash talkers, defending the belt like a real champion. He talked about if Conor McGregor didn't get the deal done, he was willing to fight Dustin Poirier or one of these top contenders. So even if you're only getting $5 million, that's going to be more than you probably got versus one of those other guys. So I mean, it's kind of a situation where beggars can't be choosers. You don't want to see someone price themselves out the game, but they definitely feel like they know what they're worth and they're going to try and get that. So hopefully that doesn't stall up the negotiations too long. That's probably if the fight got pushed past October, it'll probably be because of the money talks, the negotiations. Conor's talked about wanting a piece of the pie in the past. So, I mean, they're going to have to get a deal done, and that might be what holds this fight up. But other than that, man, it seems like these guys are set on who they want to fight, and it's each other. So crazy time. End of 2018 is going to be crazy, man, as far as MMA is concerned. But it's official. Diaz versus Poirier, UFC 230, November 3rd. Let's fucking go, man. And tomorrow we got the press conference. We got some more news, though. We got UFC rankings update. Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor move up at lightweight. Let's see what's going on in the family. I double dare any punk ass troll. I'm peeking. Oh, we got some trolls in here. We got some trolls in here. I see mediocre a-hole. He's going to town on trolls, but he's probably taking a little too far. I see forward thinking. Had to time him out for a second. Drunk Savage in here. I thought that guy was blocked. What's he saying crazy? I gotta hit him with the perma ban. Oh yeah. He's gotta get hit with the perma ban. This motherfucker don't know what he's talking about. He's just a troll. He's one of those guys, man. Probably one of the motherfuckers that got my GoFundMe flag down. But I got something for you, man. And that's why this is going to be such a great show, because I got another announcement, something you trolls cannot fuck with. And I'm glad you're here so you can see the announcement, motherfucker. Try and flag this. Now, with that being said, let me find out how to hide user on this channel. And I'm just going to make the announcement now before you get out of here, since you can't talk with your troll ass. Where's the announcement? My guy Trollbuster's in the building. He told me to do this. Now we got motherfucking Cash App. I've never used it yet. People have been telling me to get it. It's not a website or anything. It's a damn app on your phone. I hooked it up. Boom. You just put in $ full-time MMA, and it's free. Ain't no fee. You know, Super Chat takes $30, and I appreciate anywhere you would donate. But Cash App seems like the future. So fuck with your boy and fuck a troll. Now, I was going to make that announcement at the end of the show, but I felt like that was a great time just to let that motherfucker know we ain't going nowhere. So, yeah, what's up, full-time family? Who's your early pick for Dustin and Nate? Whew, my early pick is Dustin, but if I start seeing Nate training and looking good, man, I'm not counting Nate out. I see a lot of people already are. You know, Dustin's been looking great, but I'm a guy that's always careful to count someone out, even though if you look at what Dustin's been doing lately, it's hard to deny him. He might be the best lightweight in the world. So I think I'm going with Dustin Poirier, but I want to see where Nate's at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not counting Nate out, but yeah, my early pick is definitely Dustin Poirier at this point. Great work, full-time. You're the man, brother. Viking Savage, you're the man. Fuck you, time, man. What's up, family? Thank you. Cash App something right fucking now. My dog. What's your cash tag? I think it's just full-time MMA. I get paid today. I'm going to donate. I appreciate it if you do. If you don't get around to it, we're still going to be grinding. You know how it goes. But yeah, with that being said, let's check out these new rankings. The #1 pound for pound. I wanted to play my Demetrius Johnson freestyle at the beginning, but we're going to save that for tomorrow's show since he's fighting Saturday. We'll play that Friday, but that's a fun one. I'm at the house smoking kush, playing Xbox. Rayboy think he fucking with me. Boy, you need to just stop. Yo, somebody who wrote that? Somebody's got some skills. I don't know why this shit is here, bro. These fucking, I don't want this here though. It's like getting in the way of the pound for pound list. These Facebook and all of this crazy shit. I don't know why this is here, but I really don't want it to be here. So scroll up a little so it's not in the way. Pound for pound, DC #1, finally getting his just due. Undefeated at heavyweight, champ at light heavyweight, heaviest weight classes. I know Conor McGregor says he's the only undisputed champ, but that's very arguable, very arguable. So DC #1 pound for pound right now. DJ #2 pound for pound right now. CM, no, Conor McGregor #3. Max Holloway tied at #3. There's no 4, no 3. I think you got to give it to Conor over Max, right? Am I tripping? I know Max is a beast. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying, why are they tied at #3? Max is a beast, but Conor does technically have a win over him. He is the champ. Look at that. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm down with that. I mean, I don't think there's, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, fuck it. Let's have a tie. And they're undecided. You know what I'm saying? If the votes came in at a dead tie. GSP #5. All right. DC need to rematch Stipe, in my opinion, says Clayton Funky. Yeah, that's an argument, man. Some people feel like that, but I think people are kind of just, the reason people that everyone's giving this fight a pass, Brock Lesnar versus DC, is because DC deserves it. I don't know if you know his story or not, like personally, but if you know his personal story, it's hard to deny him anything. I mean, he's been through some shit. Like the close losses that he's had in his family. I mean, I believe one of his children, parent recently, and like he's been through a lot of shit, and what he's still been able to achieve in his wrestling career. Like DC definitely deserves it. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy. He does it the right way. He's a great ambassador of the sport. He's not out here wrecking into pregnant women, sandblasting hoes. You know what I'm saying? He's a great dude, great father, great family man. Like, you can't say anything bad about DC. So I kind of feel like he deserves it. But at the same time, of course, I understand why Stipe would deserve a rematch. Greatest heavyweight of all time, arguably. Most title defenses. And the eye pokes. So I hear the rematch. I wouldn't be mad at the rematch, but fuck it, let DC get the payday, man. Gotta be happy for DC. And he's up at heavyweight, you know, and Brock's coming back. It's one of those situations where you can't blame the fighter for saying no, you know, like Darren Till. He was like, what do you want me to do? Say no? When the UFC calls me with the title shot, what am I supposed to do? Say no? Like, sorry, UFC, I don't think I deserve it. Like, if they call you, hey, DC, you just knocked out Stipe. You want to fight Brock? How's fucking $10 million sound? What's he supposed to say? I'm good on the 10 mil, boss. I think Stipe deserves a rematch. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm down for either one. Oh, somebody said, I'm no Bagel Boy. What is up? No rematch, Bagel Boy. I see someone talking about Bagel Boy. Fuck it. Let's plug the... Yo, y'all ready? Y'all ready for another announcement, man? I kind of told you if you heard the last video, but that's why this is a great show. We had the world premiere. We already had the shit on the troll. We got the Cash App rolling. And, oh, by the way, don't be a bagel biter. You see the new motherfucking shirt? I pretty much turned it. I was watching some YouTube videos at work. I figured out how to do some of the graphics design stuff as far as making the transparent backgrounds that I need. So I was able to put the Bagel Boy on a shirt. Don't be a bagel biter. You see that joint right there? This is limited edition because I don't want any Bagel Boys flagging down my damn Teespring. I don't think they can. But this is limited edition. This is for day ones. Fuck the other side. Fuck Oscar. You know, gorilla piss on the old fast topics. That's limited edition shit right there. But yeah, man, don't be a bagel boy. But yeah, let's continue to look at these UFC rankings, though. I'm starting to feel like legit now, man. We got a little merch store and shit. I'm starting to feel like I'm not just some fucking random ass person. No. But yeah, man, we're official. We're official as a whistle. How much? I don't know all the prices. Like, I knocked them down a few dollars as to what they recommended. Like, if they recommended 23, I knocked it down to 20. So, you know, whatever they recommended, I took it down a notch. I don't know the exact prices. You can check it out, though. The links are all in the description. So, yeah, you can see the links and you can check all the prices and all of that shit there. But, yeah, I took it down a notch to whatever was recommended. I ain't out here overpricing shit. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to get rich, just trying to pay the bills. But with that being said, pound for pound, we got GSP coming in at number 5, TJ Dillashaw coming in at number 6, Tyron Woodley at number 7, Khabib at number 8, Stipe. What do you guys think about the top 5? I like how the top 5 looks. Aside from that tie there, I mean, sometimes you just got to grab your stones and call somebody number 3. Fuck it. Somebody's feelings might be hurt. No, I don't think that's how it works. I think it's actually a vote, but yeah. Get me that tie-dye full-time shirt. Let's go. Like Sean O'Malley, but get my own version. Yo, might be on to something. That's my dog. I'm going to buy one, brother. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, so that'd be dope. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've never really sold merch like that. We tried one time way earlier. Also, I'm going to use that for giveaways, though. I'm going to use that for giveaways, raffles, and type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the full-time family. Someone gave me that idea and stuff, so... Whatever happened to that MMA Fast Topics guy? That guy got his YouTube channel shut down, and instead of restarting the grind and, you know, depending on his people who were going to still be looking for him on YouTube, they would have typed his name in and just found his new channel and hit subscribe. So he wouldn't have had to restart the grind all the way, but he decided when his channel got shut down to move to a channel or a different website that charges $20 a month. He didn't have a free option available, so all of us who used to listen to that channel were alienated. You know what I'm saying? We used to listen to the channel, whether you listened to it at work, whether you commented on the videos. He just shut everything down, shut down the shop, and went to a $20 a month website, Patreon, and he didn't have a free option. You know, like, I have a Patreon now, but you can see everything over there for free, and I still have my YouTube up as well to, you know, plug the Patreon, which is also kind of dumb. You know, why would you go over there if you don't have a way to advertise it? but he charged $20 a month. And so what I did is started full-time. Actually, I started MMA Quick Hits 2, and because I knew people like me were looking for that in the search bar. So like, hey, let's see if they want to hear me talk my shit about MMA. You know what I'm saying? And it fucking turned out. So yeah, he left. We're here now. Let's motherfucking go. Is your Patreon still up? It should be. Let's check it out. Since you asked, yes, it is. We got 21 patrons now. Shout out to the full-time MMA patrons over at the full-time MMA Dojo. Yeah, it's definitely still up, man. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be too long. Next year, we're going to be a lot more comfortable with our situation, have the equipment we need. We're only going up from here. We're at the basement. We're on the way up to the middle floor. Let's go, full-time family. Drenched in gorilla piss. Fuck you, Tab Matt. May he rest in piss, says Alexander Selkirk. That's what I'm talking about. RIP MMA Fast Topics. It's full-time for life, says Toby Johnson. That's my motherfucking family. That's the fuck I'm Tab Matt. But let's look at the rest of these rankings. But you guys see Cejudo versus Johnson. What do y'all think about that fight? Dominic Cruz Will said, keep up the grind. Yes, sir. Keep grinding. Words from a wise man. I appreciate the $5, good sir. But what do you guys think about Demetrius versus Cejudo? Do you guys think I'm crazy for picking Cejudo? A lot of people, oh, you're fucking trolling. No, I'm dead serious. I really believe Cejudo has a way better chance than people are giving him.
Going for the stop.
The atomic butt drop. It's the atomic butt drop. Oh my God. Shout out to Mark Hunt. The atomic butt drop. MMA's Rikishi. Fuck your time, Matt. Let's go. I'm telling you, bro. Cejudo is a monster. Do not count Cejudo out. Lucky I don't live in Las Vegas, bro, because I'd probably put a couple bucks on Cejudo. Let me shut up before I get my Cash App flag down. No, I'm just kidding. But yo, Cejudo, man, he's a beast. And like I said, look at the division. If not Cejudo, who's gonna beat the DJ anytime soon? Benavidez just lost to Pettis. Pettis is looking great. He's got a bright future. He's only like 24. In about 3 years, he's got potential to be a champ. Is it gonna happen this early? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. He might be able to submit one of these guys, catch him in a submission, but I don't think it's gonna be Pettis. But that would be a fun fight, just because it would be a fresh fight. But still, I don't think he's beating DJ. The best fighter in this division, in my opinion, by far, not named Demetrius Johnson, is Henry Cejudo. He's a fucking beast. He's not just a great wrestler. He's knocking motherfuckers out at this point. I mean, and I'm a lot more of a fan of the flyweight division than some other people too, which is something we're going to talk about that Demetrius pointed out. But yeah, so I can't wait for the low-key UFC 227, and maybe it's just because I'm a fucking hardcore fan, a miserable-ass hardcore fan, right? The casual fans might not give a fuck about DJ versus Cejudo or TJ versus Cody Garbrandt, too. I think they do. Actually, I'm pretty sure my brother's going to be tuning in. He's a big fan of Garbrandt, so they probably will be tuning in, but I don't know if anyone else is as hyped for Cejudo DJ 2 as me, because I'm really looking forward to it. Forward 230s looking like right now. Diaz versus Poirier, Rockhold versus Weidman, Romero versus the Racer Paulo Costa, Barachin Ha, Souza versus Branch, Brunson versus Adesanya, and the main event hasn't even been announced. I'm telling you, that's middleweight square garden. Yeah, that's a lot of fights. And Detroit, yeah, you already said Brunson versus Adesanya, yeah, man. And then now Diaz versus Poirier, yeah, Madison, it's gonna be a crazy night at Madison Square Garden, UFC 230, and still waiting on the main event, like you said, man. Full time, you need to do a keys to victory to validate your pick. I struggle to see how Cejudo wins over 5 rounds. Puncher's chance aside, I mean, we didn't get to see a lot in the first fight. He got, you know what I'm saying? He got fucked up in the clinch in the first round. But he's just, I mean, and there's a lot of intangibles to it. It's not just he's gonna fucking, you know, counter DJ's fucking combination with this left hook that I see out of him. It's a lot to do with his wrestling credentials. We saw he's got KO power on top of a lot of the intangibles, that he's a lot hungrier as a fighter at this point, a lot more to fight for. He's literally fighting for his fucking future as a star in this sport. If he loses this fight, he's relegated to fucking flyweight gatekeeper. He's gonna, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. So he's got a lot to fight for here. Demetrius Johnson doesn't really have anything to fight for. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's not really chasing anything. He's got something to fight for, of course, all champions. But I'm saying, as far as his hunger, what is he chasing? He's not chasing Anderson Silva's record anymore. I don't even think he's chasing a second belt. He's chasing, you know what I'm saying? I think Call of Duty comes out this weekend. DJ's probably more hyped about that than his fight this weekend. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm just saying there's a lot about this, man. And Cejudo, his Olympic-level wrestling skills on top of, since the last 2 years, he's done nothing but get better. Won every fight. In my opinion, he won the Benavidez fight. He beat Sergio Pettis, who's the next best guy in the division. He's making it look easy against a lot of these guys. He starched Wilson Hayes. Cejudo is a monster. That's my keys to victory. He's a fucking beast. Forward said, we saw something Cejudo got is a takedown and can control DJ. But that aside, DJ is a slick striker. Yeah, he's a slick striker, but he's going to have to knock out Cejudo, you know what I'm saying? Like he did in the first fight. And if that don't happen, I think it'll be a different fight. Full time, I just want you to justify your pick with that point to Cejudo being the last man standing in the division. Yeah, I mean, it's not about him just being the last man standing in the division either. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of intangibles about it. I mean, he's got the skills. It's not, even if he isn't on the exact same level of, Demetrius might be the better striker. That's fair. But Cejudo still is a very skilled striker. It's not like he's leaps and bounds below Demetrius Johnson. And then his wrestling skills, you would give him the advantage. Now, it's not like Demetrius is leaps and bounds below him. That's why I just think it's the closest fight. I think he's the best fighter, not just the last fighter left, the best fighter in the division, not named Demetrius Johnson. I didn't count him out in the first fight. That was, you know, it was just super impressive. I mean, it just put a cap on who Demetrius Johnson is when he was able to finish Cejudo in the first round. But Cejudo is a monster. I look forward to the Keys to Victory video. I've never done a Keys to Victory video. I don't even know what that consists of. You know what I'm saying? So, full time, how come you don't get on Snapchat anymore? You had a lot of fans there. I need to. It's just my phone fucking is disconnected, so I don't use it that often. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's disconnected to the point where I even lost my number. I used to have it on me a lot more because I could still receive calls and texts, but I didn't pay the bill so long that the number's gone. So, I mean, I'm on it on Wi-Fi, so I just don't be on it. I can't take it in the car and shit, so until I can get a phone, and it's, you know what I'm saying? So, until I can get my phone back on it, I'll be back on there one day when I get my shit together. Jefferson Alive said, $2 in the super chat. Much appreciated, good sir. Toby Johnson said, thank you, brother. Henry's going to dethrone DJ, said Troll Buster. Let's go. I'm going to make you a believer. Listen to Mystic full time. I think these are main events for the last remaining pay-per-views. UFC 229, Cyborg versus Contender. I don't know. I don't 229 in Vegas? Maybe. I don't think they're gonna. They might put Cyborg to headline that, but they're talking about Conor versus Khabib for that card. I don't know if they're gonna headline it with Cyborg versus a Contender. Maybe if it was Cyborg versus Nunes or something, but I don't think we're gonna go from fucking Conor versus Khabib all the way down to Cyborg versus who? You know what I'm saying? If it was a legit opponent like Nunes, maybe. But Nunes ain't going to be ready by 229. So I don't think that's the case. And another thing is, if they were going to book Cyborg versus Contender, they would have did it at UFC 228. They just needed a headliner so bad, they were about to strip Colby, and they just put Till in a title fight with Woodley because they needed a headliner. If they wanted to book Cyborg versus a Contender, that would have been the time to do it. Hey, we need a headliner. Are we about to just throw Till in a title fight, or are we going to sign a girl to fight Cyborg? So I think they would have did that at 228 if they were going to have Cyborg fight that soon. I think we'll see Cyborg versus Nunes at the end of the year. That's when Nunes said she was ready for it. I think we'll see that main event, UFC 232 probably. Cyborg versus Nunes. You said Silva versus GSP. I think, yeah, UFC 231, that's a good call because I believe that's in, like, Canada. UFC 231, I believe, is in Canada. So, yeah, I think that's a good call. GSP versus Silva. If not GSP versus Silva, GSP versus like the winner of McGregor and Khabib. Whew, if they fought in October, that'd be crazy. But yeah, no, I think GSP versus Silva is a good call for UFC 231. 230 Conor versus Khabib. That could be the case, but maybe that'll happen at 229. And if that was the case, who would headline Madison Square Garden? Yeah, so we'll Daniel Cormier, he's going to defend his title sometime. I don't know if he would headline, but he might be defending his title versus a top light heavyweight contender. And they just booked Ozdemir versus Smith. So who does that leave? Corey Anderson and Ilir Latifi. So we might be seeing Cormier versus Latifi. I want to see TJ get KO'd, said Jefferson alive. Sadly, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, it might not. It might be a decision, but I wouldn't count Cody out of the fight. He might win the fight. I don't know if he's going to win by KO, but he might definitely win the fight. Forward says, perma ban is reserved for full-time only. I can just put the trolls in timeout. Yeah, I don't even know if mods can perma ban. Caleb Dowling says, I used to think TJ can beat DJ, but I really think he can now. He hits harder, he's bigger. DJ won't be able to take him down, and TJ is more technical. I agree. The only thing you have to wonder is how will TJ do at 125 with the weight cut if he's never fought there before. Is he going to be healthy at 125? At 135, all of those points are valid. But the question is 125. Clayton Funky said GSP won't fight this young cats. Yeah, he might not, but maybe though because they're lightweights, you know. GSP and Conor would be smaller than GSP in a sense, so it would help him as far as grappling is concerned. Might close the gap on the age, the age gap. Yeah, they're younger and more in their prime, but he'll have a little bit of a size advantage, so GSP might still be able to fight one of those guys. But yeah, if not him, for sure, I think Anderson Silva would be a great fight for GSP. Forward Thinking says, sign the contract, Noons. Smoke her out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She did sign the contract for UFC 232. So is Cyborg going to wait on her? Is she going to take a fight by then? I think Cyborg's going to be forced to wait on her, because if the UFC was going to sign a contender, like I said, they would have did it at UFC 228. So that being said, we got some more news to talk about. So give me a second, full-time family. We'll get back to the chat. But TJ Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt verbally spar over the classless claim. Cody Garbrandt is saying he's classless. That's TJ. He's always been like that. That's who he is. It was classless. Win or lose, when I outclassed Dominic Cruz, I gave him my respect. TJ's up in my face and flexing on my team, acting like a little asshole. I remember everything. That's what motivated me this whole camp. TJ getting in my face after that fight. Now, I got to pause right there because Cody Garbrandt is almost playing the victim here. Like, this guy was so mean to me after the fight. If you go back to before the fight, Cody Garbrandt and Team Alpha Male was on TJ's ass. They were talking about they were like assassinating his character low-key, calling him a bad teammate, saying he ended his teammate's career, accusing him of being on steroids, and all on top of that on the show, getting in his face, doing all type of shit, all the way up until the fight started. TJ reached out to touch gloves and Cody backed up like, nah. So all the way up until the fight started, Cody Garbrandt, they were the ones that you could argue were being classless. But then after you get KO'd in the second round, you want TJ to keep it classy. And so now TJ finally got his moment. All that shit's coming to a fucking head. In that motherfucking face after. What the fuck is up? Give me my belt back. Fuck you. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. I'm the champion. You can't be mad at TJ for that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's the saying. It ain't too fun when the rabbit's got the gun. So I hear what Cody's saying, but yo, y'all weren't keeping it classy before the fight. So keep that same energy. But he said, did you guys hear me on the mic after the fight? I had nothing but compliments for the guy. If anyone classless and went more in my direction. And he continued to say, I outclassed one of the best bantamweights in the world who outclassed him. If you watch that fight with TJ and Dominic, TJ was swinging in the air, got outclassed. He said it was a close fight, and you know why? He feels entitled. He had a silver spoon in his mouth his whole life, you know what I mean? He doesn't know anything about adversity. It's always bitch and cry. It takes 2 years to get back to the top. He said, okay, but you're not knocking people out. I was knocking people out in the first round. That's why I got the title shot over him. And, you could argue that. Is that why Cody got the title shot? He was knocking dudes out, but he also got a little bit of a push. We got to keep it 100 because he knocked out Thomas Almeida, then knocked out a lower-ranked Takeya Mizugaki, and TJ was fighting #1 contenders. He wasn't knocking them out, but he was fighting fucking Rafael Assunção and then John Lineker, and he just was coming off of a close loss. Yeah, Dominic Cruz won the fight, in my opinion, but he was still the champion, TJ Dillashaw, and it was a split decision, I believe. So, I mean, what's the criteria for getting a rematch? Do you get a rematch if you fight to a close decision, or do you get a rematch if you get knocked out? Because we've heard you don't get a rematch. You got knocked out in the first round, and we saw that. Rockhold, Stipe now, they didn't get a rematch. They got knocked out. Well, now TJ also didn't get a rematch. And so what's the criteria for getting a rematch? If you get knocked out in the second round? Because Cody is getting a rematch. He did get the title shot after knocking out a couple of dudes. So Cody, I think, is getting a little push, and that's another thing that was frustrating TJ leading up to that fight, that first fight, leading up to him screaming in Cody's face, was the fact that he's been waiting for his title shot, been waiting for his rematch for the belt, and he was getting skipped. First he got skipped, I believe, by Uriah Faber, then he got skipped by Cody Garbrandt, and meanwhile, he's fighting the best guys in the division, getting skipped by lower-ranked guys. So yeah, TJ worked his way back to that title shot. Hard work, dedication, beating #1 contenders. So TJ had a lot of fucking pent-up shit going into that fight. Now, he responded to the Silver Spoon comments and the classless claims CJ Dillashaw did, and he said, I wouldn't say I grew up with the silver spoon. Yeah, I was very fortunate. I have a great family. I was raised the right way. My parents did a great job. I owe them everything. Without them, I'm not the man I am today. I don't have maybe the typical fighter story of having to grow up rough. I grew up great. I had to work my ass off to get anything I wanted. My first vehicle, I had to buy it myself and work to get it. My dad was really hard on me. And that's a good point from TJ. If he had a fucking, and this is just a good point for me though, if he grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth, he probably wouldn't be fighting in a motherfucking cage. You know, yeah, he probably had a great family and he was able to get into wrestling and get a car and shit, you know, whenever he needed it, but he worked for it. And he still worked hard. Yeah, as you know from any wrestler's work ethic, a lot of wrestlers, they're hard workers, but on top of that, like you said, he paid for his own shit. It's not like his family just handed him a fucking new Corvette when he was fucking 15. Here you go, Junior, new Corvette. No, he worked for it, bought his own shit, worked hard, became one of the best fighters in the world, and like I said earlier, if he was just getting shit handed to him his whole life, he probably wouldn't be a damn fighter. So I don't think he grew up with the silver spoon in his mouth just because he might have been upper middle class or middle class. He was still fucking working hard. You know, so I fuck with TJ Dillashaw, and so I don't necessarily agree with what Cody's saying here, because the first things he was saying, you know, you point out that TJ had a lot of reasons to do what he did. So, but I still fuck with Cody Garbrandt, and I still think he can win this fight. But you know, it's just on as far as this back and forth is concerned, I'm rocking with TJ, man. He said he's trying to be a nice guy. He's trying to flip the script. He was a jerk, a bully, and now I have so much ammo, he wants to smooth it over. Be the nice guy now. It's a little bit of a different situation. He can't be a prick now. And I agree with what TJ said there. It ain't too fun when the rabbit's got the gun. Now what can you say? Talk that shit. And I knocked you out, motherfucker. Face down, ass up, asking for more. Pause. So let's go. I cannot fucking wait for this Saturday. It's actually tomorrow since it's 3 in the morning. Let's go, dog. Let's see what's going on, full-time family. Dotson would crush Silly Dilly again, even after how much TJ has improved, says Clayton Funky. I mean, Slow Hands Cruz was tit for tat with Dilly. I mean, that's why and that's another reason I kind of think Cody's got a great shot tomorrow, because you know what I'm saying. After going back, you hear about how close the Cruz Dillashaw fight was, but when you really go back and watch it, yeah, you kind of see Cruz. In my opinion, Cruz won the fight, but yeah. Dillashaw's still a beast. He's still very well-rounded, and he's coming with that scientific approach, bro. They're doing that crazy training down to the T. Bill Nye couldn't get a better formula. You know, like my boy Alex Hernandez said. Bill Nye couldn't come up with a better scientific strategy. Removed Lizard, my motherfucking dog. Thanks for the donation earlier, brother. He said, Cody got a rematch because he's a company man fanboy. See, that's what I'm saying. You know, he got a little bit of a push. I agree. I don't know what it is. You know, it's something about having them motherfucking tats and knocking motherfuckers out. And kind of like Conor McGregor, you know what I'm saying? Chest tats, knocking dudes out, and they seem to be favorites. Kind of like my dog Sean O'Malley. You know what I'm saying? He ain't knocked someone out in the UFC yet, but he's a fan favorite. People are attracted to that type of shit right now. A flashy fighter that's tatted up and shit like that, you know, you can build a lot of fans. And you know, that's kind of what's in the meta, if you know what that means. So, yeah, man, that's what it is. Cody Garbrandt, he's built up some fans. He's kind of got that style. Clayton Funky says Cruz is slow, but somehow does extremely well with it like Billy Saunders. Hell, yeah. He's hashtag fuck the other side, says Forward. My dream MSG fight is Kane vs. Jones. Revenge of DC, says Ivan Eagle. Might see that over in the WWE, maybe in Madison Square Garden. Cain Velasquez looks like he's gearing up for a WWE fight, actually. He says, you think they will announce a Kane fight tomorrow or later on? I think the WWE is going to be announcing a Kane fight soon. Royal Rumble, Kane versus Travis Brown. Kane, dude, there's going to be a whole, like, I don't know. They're going to write Kane into the WWE. He's going to, like, steal Ronda from Travis. It's going to be a tag team match, Kane and Ronda versus, like, fucking Travis Brown and one of the other divas. You know what I'm saying? And bitch, you stole my man. Bitch, you dirty. You stole my... I'm just saying. Kane's gearing up for a WWE return, bro. Full-time MMA. Can you read my last comment, bro? I've been reading some comments. I'm not sure which one that is. Yeah, I'm not sure which comment that is. My chat box is kind of small. I have my screen minimized because I only got one screen right now. So I got the news on this side, and I got the chat over here, but it's a whole little thing. So yeah, I didn't see your last comment. So yeah, repeat it, and then I'll answer it if I see it. But we're about to get back to the news. Clayton Funky said, I'm always talking about speed. Is really all I notice because I come from a baseball background, and speed really has been doing great in the UFC. I mean, you see a lot of these guys moving up in weight, and they have that speed advantage, and they're looking great. Nah, man, it was quite a while ago. Yeah, I probably just missed it. What's next, though, on the ticker? Hanging with the boys. Remove Lizard in the building. Yo, Cody, if he wins this fight, he's going to be hanging with the boys. If he loses this fight, though, he's probably going to be hanging his head. You know, that'd be pretty fucking heartbreaking for Cody. UFC Monk Tone gets Volkan Ozdemir versus Anthony Smith. Where is Monk Tone smarter full-time family? Because I know you guys are a lot smarter than me. You guys probably know. I'm sure we'll find out when I read the article. But I've never heard of Monk Tone. I just thought about something. DC is so ready to fight Brock, who popped for steroids, right? But it's kind of hesitant to fight John. He'd make money if he fights them both. So, well, Troll Buster, my thoughts on that is, I don't think he's hesitant to fight John Jones. I think he would fight John Jones. He's just like, who's going to want to see it? I already lost twice. If John Jones was clear, he's not hesitant. Well, I don't think he's hesitant in my opinion, because he also said he named John Jones as one of the last fights he wants. He said before he fought Stipe, if I can become the heavyweight champion, I want my last two fights to be Brock Lesnar and John Jones. But the only thing about John Jones, if he is hesitant, is because he's hesitant to know if John Jones is going to be back before his career is over. DC's looking at retiring in the next fucking 6 months. Is John Jones going to be suspended for the next year? We don't know how long he's going to be suspended. So he's like, I'm going to be retiring. I don't know if he's going to have his shit together in time for us to fight. So I don't think he's ducking it like that. But yeah. UFC Monk Tone. Any answers yet? Caleb Dowling says, got some matchups for you. Can you blast out some answers? John Jones versus DC at heavyweight. Bisping versus Rockhold at 205. I'm going to have to fire these out quick because this comment's going to go away. John Jones versus DC at heavyweight. I'll say DC if it's a clean John Jones. But I picked him in the last fight if it was a clean Jones. I didn't know what that would look like because John Jones didn't look amazing. And shout out to my motherfucking dog, Kaz City 1, for joining the full-time family, hitting the subscribe button. Welcome to the family, brother. But okay, so for your question, John Jones versus DC at heavyweight. John Jones didn't look amazing against OSP, so that's actually why I picked Daniel Cormier to beat him. I was like, yo, we might be looking at a clean John Jones. We don't know for the first time here since USADA. Because technically, Jones versus DC, I don't know if you know this or not, their first fight happened like 4 months before USADA came to the UFC. So we don't know what was going on before USADA. USADA came in, did a great job of cleaning up the sport, although some people feel like there's still some people that can beat the system. John Jones, when he fought OSP, he didn't fail a drug test and he didn't look amazing. Whenever he fought Daniel Cormier, I was like, okay, let's see what happened. But I picked DC, like, what if? Now, when he knocked him out, I gave John Jones his props. I was like, listen, he did it. He's the GOAT. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no questions about it. John Jones is the GOAT. He came back, he knocked out DC, and he was clean. That's the fucking GOAT right there. And then he failed his drug test. So if he came back and fought, if he fought at heavyweight with USADA around, then I'm going Daniel Cormier. Now, if USADA, their contract expires with the UFC, I'll probably go John Jones. Now, you said Bisping versus Rockhold at 205. Bisping versus Rockhold at 205. I got Rockhold. I got Rockhold at fucking 205. I think he's already naturally the bigger fighter. At 185, who knows? Maybe the weight cut affected his chin. I don't know. Maybe Bisping has more power and he's faster at 205 and he knocks him out. But I think with where Bisping's at in his career, you know, he's coming off that knockout loss to Gastelum. He's a little older in his career. I just think the first fight, maybe it wasn't a fluke because, you know, his boxing coach kind of called that shit. You know, I'm not going to say it was a fluke the first fight. Bisping did his thing, but I still feel like Rockhold is probably, if he doesn't get knocked out, has more paths to victory. And I think that's probably at 185 or 205. But maybe at 185, it makes his chin deteriorate a little bit from the weight cut, and so he's a little easier for Bisping to catch. But who knows? Maybe. But yeah, I would say Bisping at 205. I mean, I would say Rockhold at 205. You said Thompson versus, let's see. Did I lose the comment? Did I lose the comment? I think I might have lost the comment. Okay, here we go. Thompson versus Whitaker at 185. Ooh, that's a fun one. Damn, that's a fun one. I don't know. I've never seen Thompson at 185. If Thompson, like, moved up like Amanda Nunes is trying to do, putting on the actual muscle and became a natural middleweight, I'll give it to Thompson. But if he just cuts 15 less pounds and he comes in so he's a little smaller, a little less powerful, if he's like a welterweight versus a middleweight, because Whitaker's been fighting a middleweight for a while now. He's, you know, built into a middleweight. He probably wouldn't be able to make welterweight unless he changed his whole diet, body, lifestyle, and it would take some time. So if they just got scheduled at the end of the year, Wonderboy that's been making welterweight, I'd give it to Whitaker. But if Wonderboy just actually made the move to 185 and, you know, made that decision to actually not go back to welterweight and became a natural middleweight, you know what I'm saying? Put on the muscle and shit, I'd give it to Thompson. Then you said Max versus Conor at 155. I got my dog, Conor, blessed. And I know Max is blessed, but I'm saying I got Conor, dog. Right now at 155, I haven't seen a lot of out of Max at 155. I know he's a big 145er, so he'd be solid. But Conor McGregor, man, he hasn't been doing anything in my mind, but getting better at some of the things he was bad at. Now, we've seen him training on Instagram. You don't know what that. We haven't seen him in a fight, but I'm talking about he's still been staying ready. But we do know his boxing's been getting better. We do know that his cardio's been getting better. So, and we do know he beat Max Holloway in the first fight, and it wasn't super close. Now, of course, that Max Holloway's grown into the featherweight king since then. Did nothing but get better. But Conor McGregor has it's not like he's just got worse since the first fight, and he's been fighting at 155 a little longer now. So I would probably right now give the edge to Conor McGregor. But yeah, I would still love to see that fight. I mean, I would like to see Max versus Ferguson at 155. I'd like to see Max versus Conor at 155. I think all those fights would be fucking dope. So yeah. Forward says he's adamant that Brock is a bigger payday, plus Brock is easier fight as well. Talking to Trollbuster, bro, who's gonna win, Poirier or Diaz? Please tell me, who do you think? Right now, bro, I gotta give the edge to Poirier. I gotta give the edge to Poirier right now. Haven't seen Nate Diaz in long enough, while Poirier has proven he's one of the best lightweights in the world. So as of right now, there's no way I'm picking against Poirier. He just went through Pettis, Gaethje, Alvarez, all in a row. He's ready for the title shot. Nate Diaz, I mean, I'm sure he's been staying ready, but essentially he hasn't fought in, it might be 2 years after Madison Square Garden comes, I believe. You know, it's been a long time since Nate Diaz has fought, so we don't really know what to expect out of Nate Diaz at this point. I mean, who knows? But yeah, right now I'm giving the edge to Poirier. Maybe once we see Nate Diaz doing some training leading up to the fight, if he's looking sharp, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we start to lean more toward Nate. I'm not sure, but as of right now, I'm giving it to Poirier. He's competing in jiu-jitsu matches in the meantime. Are you talking about Conor? Conor's definitely also been competing in jiu-jitsu. He went to Brazil to do some jiu-jitsu. I mean, he's going to the source. Maybe Dylan Dennis wasn't enough. Maybe he had to go all the way to Brazil to meet Dylan. I'm not sure, but Conor, you know, he's been in Brazil training jiu-jitsu, training with wrestlers. So Conor's he's a beast. So many lurkers on the channel. Speak up, distant family members. What up, lurkers? What's going on, family? That's what I used to be, honestly. I wasn't, I might have got maybe one comment section on Quick Hits. Maybe I asked a question. But, I mean, I only found him at 18,000 subscribers. That's when I started listening. He got the next 2,000 subscribers. So I was only listening to him for a few months. I had heard about him in the past. My cousin was like, hey, there's this YouTuber that, you know, he's talking shit to Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall's about to beat this dude's ass. And I was like, what? And he showed me the shit. It was some good laughs. But other than that, I didn't even know who the fucking dude was. But yeah, I don't know why I got into that just now. I got sidetracked. But yeah, oh, that's what I was saying. You said lurkers. But yeah, I was a lurker, bro. Pretty much. I was, you know, just listening at work. I'd download the hitter calls and download the videos just so I had something to listen to at work. You know, when I download my other podcasts. But yeah, I was a lurker. So what up to the motherfucking lurkers, especially the ones you're listening at work. I know my dog Gary Kendrick Jr., he listens to these on replay a lot of the times, catches up at work. So whenever you hear this, shout out to you, big homie. Forward says, if anyone wants to throw questions, mine or Trollbuster's way, drop them below, all MMA related. Yeah, they got your back. With that being said, let's continue. We got UFC McTone. Ozdemir versus Anthony Smith is the headliner. Where is this at? I'm still not sure. UFC's next event in Canada. Oh, wait. Is UFC 231 not in Canada? Let me pull up these events, full-time family. UFC event schedule. Event schedule. There's one on Wikipedia that's usually pretty updated. Oh yeah, I know it's not the best source, but for this it is. UFC 231 is in Toronto, Canada in December. Yeah, that's where we might be seeing like GSP versus Silva. But as far as October, McTone is in Canada. We're going to be seeing Ozdemir versus Smith. Okay. Ooh. I just thought about something. The winner of this fight, bro, Ozdemir and Smith in Canada, they could fight DC in Canada, right? We got a pay-per-view coming up at 231. Silva versus GSP is not a title fight. DC wants to come back. Maybe DC takes on the winner of this main event in Canada. Look at your boy, full-time matchmaker in the motherfucking building. But yeah, so McTone, that's where Ozdemir Smith is going down. Against Ozdemir, that's going to be a fun fight. Someone's likely going to sleep. Ozdemir knocked out artist before losing his title shot to Daniel Cormier. Knocked out Misha Serkinov. Knocked out Jimmy Manawa. Anthony Smith just knocked out Rashad Evans. Knocked out Shogun Hua. Now he's taking on the #2 lightweight in the world. He's got a lot of momentum on his side, but will it be enough to defeat the top 2 ranked light heavyweight in the world, Volkan Ozdemir, also a very dangerous striker? Yeah, I know. I should be working for an MMA site or something, right? That was a dope-ass promo. I'm going to start doing that, bro, like every Friday, like UFC 227 hype. And I'm just going to fucking just go on like an epic rant, like, oh my God, UFC 227, the main event, Demetrius Johnson, Henry Cejudo. That's not the main event. You get the point. It's going to be great. Like, I'm going to start doing like a legit like hype video for the events. Never mind, full-time. I think Max vs. Ortega. Oh, yeah, Max vs. Ortega is going to be coming back toward the end of the year sometime. I don't know if it'll be as soon as 229, but 230. Maybe that one can be 230. Maybe. 229. Yeah, whichever one McGregor and Khabib is not, maybe that one will fill in. 26 watching, 25 likes. Something's not right there. No, that's pretty good, actually. I appreciate everybody for hitting the like button. Clayton Funky says Jones got busted right after OSP. 4 Westerns. Oh, this dog must have farted or something. I just started smelling something. My dog's over here rolling around asleep and shit. Hold on, homie. Chill. 4 Western Civilization said, I want to say Dustin gets the W, but Nate's output is too much for most lightweights to handle. Yeah, that's why it's a better fight than you might think, you know, because Dustin's got that momentum. So that's why I don't want to count Nate out, but yeah. Jorge says, my man, full-time, hardest working man in MMA, success is coming your way. Hey, man, we're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep grinding. I appreciate it, though. Gary Kendrick Jr. said, what's up, fam? There's my dog. Right as, what's the saying? Speak of the devil. I was just getting caught up on videos as we speak. Speak of the devil, Gary Kindred in the house, my motherfucking dog. All right, with that being said, so yeah, Ozdemir versus Smith, that's going to be a fun fight. And now it's the main event, UFC MACKENZIE. Khabib says Conor McGregor is the fight. He says they have to pay me too. Here we go, starting to talk money. I don't like this angle from Khabib. I'm not gonna lie. From Khabib, I'm trying to hear. Yeah, I want. You know, I'm sure he's not being crazy with it. He's not gonna price himself out the game. I don't expect that. But it's like, I hope this fight don't get delayed because Khabib's talking about his fair share. You know, you were talking about fighting Dustin Poirier and in one of these contenders, making Conor humble that way. That shows me you're not in it for the money. So if you ain't in it for the money, I just don't want to see money be what hold Khabib up in this fight. So I don't think he's going to price himself out the game, but he is starting to talk about his negotiations. He's saying they have to pay me too. His manager said if McGregor gets $100 million, we want $10 million. I don't know if McGregor's going to get $100 million for this fight. So maybe you know, that's just a number to throw out there. But I just don't want to see these money negotiations, especially on Khabib's side, be what hold this fight up. I mean, the Conor McGregor negotiations are what we expect to hold the fight up, right? He was talking about a piece of the pie. How much is he going to want to come back to fight in the UFC? That's what I was expecting. I'm not expecting really any financial, you know, negotiations on Khabib's side to be what holds it up. He's willing to fight someone else, you know, and Conor's the A side for sure. So, I mean, you definitely don't want to get ripped off, right? Don't fight him for fucking peanuts. But at the same time, you don't want to go too crazy in negotiations. Let's see what we got here.
If they want to make money fight, they have to pay me too. You know, I'm not going to give him chance like about use my name and Conor make money, UFC make money, and I make 200,000. No way. If they want I fight like my current contract, I can fight. But okay, give me Poirier. I'm gonna follow my contract. But if they wanna use my name and use me to make money, Conor and UFC, no way.
All right, now I'm a big name now too. You know, I'm not gonna fight him for my same money. If I'm gonna fight for the 200,000 I've been fighting for, just give me a regular ass name. But if I'm fighting Conor McGregor, I need that cheddar. Here we go. Go get you a suntan, Troll Buster says forward. Troll Buster full time. It's late. My guys have fun. Yes, sir. Yep, we're not going to be on here too much longer. It is pretty late. About 3 in the morning. We got some more stuff to talk, though. Dana White visits Donald Trump at the White House without Colby Covington. But I just saw...
You can't get down with this unless we put it on contract. We put it on contract, then you can get some.
You can't get done with this unless you put it on contract. Shout out to Stephen Curry, he said, with the $10 donation in the super chat. Yo, big dog, keep up the hard work. Look forward to seeing you at 100K subs, bro. Shout out from Australia. Big shout out to Australia and to Stephen Curry for the $10 donation. Thank you very much, good sir. Much appreciated. I'm going to keep grinding. But yeah, moving on, we got Dana White visiting Donald Trump at the White House without Colby Covington, but with the strap. Get the strap. Yo, Dana White at the fucking, I want to know, do you guys think that was Colby's belt? Like, all right, we couldn't get Colby in here, but maybe Colby just wanted, you know what I'm saying, one of his biggest idols, Donald Trump, to touch the belt. Like, Dana, I know they're not going to give me clearance. I'm a douchebag. But if you're going to go see Mr. Trump, can you please just take my belt? Can you have him sign my belt? You know, some shit like that. He probably wanted Donald Trump's autograph. And so Dana White, he's at the White House, the Oval Office. Maybe he's setting up the meeting with Colby. Like, hey, Trump, you know, I don't talk politics. I don't want to get political, but there's just something crazy about these guys' relationship, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go political, but it's just interesting. Dana White and Donald Trump's relationship. And then also, but yeah, they've had a relationship. They're friends. You know, they've been friends before they were president. So, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump sticking with his day ones. It ain't like he became the president and changed up on his homies. You got to respect that. No, but with that being said, maybe he was setting up the meeting for Colby. Like, hey, I know they didn't want to let Colby in. They didn't trust him or whatever. They don't know him. Y'all don't know him yet, but he's cool. He's with me. You know what I'm saying? He believes in a lot of the stuff you believe in, actually. Watch this video. Yeah, this guy's fucking great. Watch. Yeah, he just caught all the Brazilians filthy animals. Ain't that great? You know what I'm saying? He got to warm Trump up to Colby. Yeah, watch this one. Watch it. It gets better. he said he called her fucking Rocky. You know what I'm saying? He probably had to show Trump some of Colby's humor so he could appreciate it, you know, because that's he's got your hat, dog. He's got the Make America Great Again hat. He's like you if you were a UFC fighter. You want to visit him? He really wants to meet you, Trump. So maybe he's just working, you know what I'm saying? Maybe when Colby's healthy, he'll be able to actually be in the Oval Office next time. But as of right now, Donald Trump and Dana White in the picture together with a belt. I don't know, maybe that's Donald Trump's belt. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's a fan. He was like, hey, bring me one of those belts, Dana. You know what I'm saying? I want one as a souvenir. You know, maybe he just maybe Donald Trump wants to walk around with the UFC belt while he watches Colby fight. I don't know. I'm just saying. Found that interesting. Yeah, so but I mean, I'm not gonna talk politics or none of that shit, but I'm just saying, I wonder what Tyron Woodley that's what I'll say. I wonder what Tyron Woodley thinks about that picture, right? I wonder what Tyron Woodley thought when he saw Dana White hugged up with Trump. That's what I want to know. But with that being said, we'll move on. Demetrius Johnson says collecting all other world titles is what really gets me excited. I don't know if he's looking at a world tour, but he's talking about like risen belts and, you know, the belts all around the world. It's crazy. He wants all the belts all around the world, but he don't want the belts in the UFC, like the 135, the 145. You know what I'm saying? The champ type shit. But he's talking about, you know, Horiguchi's over in Risen kicking some ass. Maybe I'll fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Still respect to the pound for pound number 2. Daniel Cormier is number 1 at this point. But let's see if we can hit play on this video.
I want to fight all the guys in my division. You know, we got new guys coming up. You know, Sergio Peso did his last fight. You got Shorty Torres. He's in here now. Kyojo Horiguchi's in Rising, tearing things up. So those are lots of guys out there. But for me, I'm just focused on going one fight at a time.
Do you want Horiguchi back?
Pause.
If I would, no, because he's making good money from what I hear in Rising. So
I want to pause that because he mentioned Horiguchi, you know, Pettis. I understand those, you know, maybe a champ in another organization, maybe Pettis a top contender. This motherfucker went all the way down to Jose Shorty Torres, who just made his UFC debut. Didn't look amazing in his fight versus Jared Brooks, but he was on short notice. That's my dog, Jose Shorty Torres, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's actually fighting maybe tomorrow at UFC 227 against Alex Perez. And Jose Shorty Torres, he's got a lot of potential. And he was actually the flyweight and bantamweight champion, I believe, in Titan FC before getting signed on short notice in the UFC. But why I'm pointing out that DJ's bringing his name up, because he's still a contender at this point. He ain't even broken the top 15. What about my dog Jussier Formiga? He's a guy that's looking for a title shot. He's fighting Pettis if he wins. You know, I would think he was on DJ's radar. You gonna mention Jose Shorty Torres before Formiga? You know what I'm saying? What's up with that?
So, but like if I was to like go out and collect all the belts, now that's something that's like
all the belts. You want a WWE one?
Okay, I've proven that I'm the best. If I was to go to one championship, win the flyweight division there, go to Rising.
Oh no, you fucking didn't. Oh no, you fucking didn't. We already know you're the best flyweight in the world. He said, I want all the belts. You know, like, if I went to one and won there, but no one's looking at one like, oh, I wonder if DJ could beat him. Then I go to Rising. Oh, I wonder if DJ can beat him. Everybody wants to see you. When we talk about DJ and all the, I think he might be trolling here. You gotta be fucking trolling me. You gotta be kidding me. He's talking about, you know, I think that would really make me, establish me as the best. You know, go to one, beat their champion. Go to fucking Risen, beat their champion. Like, I get it, if you just want to travel. But we're not looking at them as contenders to Demetrius Johnson, the best pound-for-pound fighter in the motherfucking UFC. We're looking at DJ as, if you want to prove you're the best pound-for-pound, we don't want to see you beat the Risen guys. We want to see you beat someone at 135. We're in the champ era. Conor's going up. We got shit going on at heavyweight. Light heavyweight to a motherfucking 40-pound jump to heavyweight. DC's making it look easy out here, and you talking about going to Risen. No, you got to be trolling me at this point.
Flyweight division there, and then go like the Bellator. I fight 35-25, I win a belt there, and I'm like,
wait, what did he say? Did he say 35 when he said Bellator? You'll fight 135 at Bellator? Hold on, am I tripping? He said Bellator? After he says Bellator, tell me if he says 135. DJ, come on, bro.
Bellator. I fight at 35, 25. I won a belt there. Now I'm like, okay, now this speaks volume.
I don't think that's happening, but do you think you can...
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Like, could you tell Dana, like, go get that guy and bring him to me? Get that guy and bring him to me?
It wouldn't be that, you know, it wouldn't be that different belt. Like,
right.
In consideration, I have 11 consecutive title defenses. Like, they all look exactly the same. So for me to have every unique looking belt around the world, that's what gets me excited. If you really want to know, that's where it's like, ooh, you have me interested now.
Yeah, dog. Okay, it is what it is. He just wants to know, like, the decoration. It's like, oh, look, you know, the Risen belt's got some green in it. The fucking one belt, it's got, like, a fucking white flower on it. I just want the cool-looking belts, you know, from the different organizations. Bellator, they got a B on there, you know, some red, some white. I want that. And, you know, it might match. It's going to go great on my trophy case. It just looks new. You know, the UFC belts look the same. Why do I want a 135 belt? It's going to look the exact same as my 125 belt. That doesn't look cool. Hey, it is what it is, man. DJ, he's doing his thing, but and that's also not a possibility, really. I mean, unless you talk about that Ali Act, I think that's what Randy Couture and them guys are trying to pass. If the Ali Act, I think it would let fighters fight for whatever. They wouldn't be tied to one organization. So if that thing passed, then maybe Demetrius could go fight for Bellator and then go fight for one and then go fight for Risen. Who knows what that would do for the sport? But hey, that's what gets DJ up. So, yeah. Speaking of Jussier Formiga and Sergio Pettis, though, they're booked to fight at UFC 229 in Las Vegas. This is arguably a title eliminator. The winner of this fight could fight Demetrius Johnson next. If Demetrius goes on to beat Henry Cejudo tomorrow, the winner of this fight could definitely fight. Actually, the winner of this fight is for sure going to be fighting Demetrius Johnson next if he wins. Because there's already been talks of Formiga versus Johnson. Pettis got a bigger name in the division, also a new face. He just got a win over Joseph Benavidez, one of the best flyweights in the world. So, winner of this fight for sure could be fighting Demetrius Johnson next, either one of them. So, we'll see what happens there. But, yeah, man, that's going to be a fun flyweight fight. We got Cub Swanson saying USADA played a big part in re-signing with the UFC. He has a hard time believing the tainted supplement excuse. That's not all he had to say either, but he was just talking about re-signing with the UFC. He also got more money. He said, I feel like when it was all said and done, we were able to see eye to eye financially. It was more than they were initially offering me. I did get some huge offers, but the companies weren't as stable and things like that. And it was really making me think hard. But one of the biggest things is I'm all for USADA. I spent a long time fighting for the company without major drug testing. I feel like I wasn't a big fan of that. So I was just thinking in my head, do I really want to be fighting guys who I know are just cheating? And I'm not one to do that, so I was happy to sign back with the UFC and be in a clean sport. You know, clearly he didn't get the memo from Khabib and GSP that they're, or Nate Diaz, that, you know, some people are still cheating. But at least you got stricter drug testing, right? At least they're cleaning up the sport to the extent they are. They're doing a good job of that. Even the fighters that say that it's still able to beat, there's still some guys that beat USADA, they'll admit that they are cleaning up the sport. You do see guys' body changing. Now, at what cost? I mean, we are seeing some guys' legacies get tarnished. Junior Dos Santos, Chris Cyborg, Anderson Silva, they get flagged by USADA and then come to find out they're innocent. Yoel Romero, but people are already accusing them of being on steroids now. And so, yeah, you come out and say, hey, guys, it was a tannin supplement. But the fans are like, yeah, no, it's not. They're cheaters. You know, so you're kind of tarnishing some people's legacy. People counted Anderson Silva all the way out. They looked at him not even as the GOAT anymore. And now you're telling us he's innocent again. So it's like, you know, at what cost are they cleaning up the sport? But at the same time, you know, it's enough to get Cub Swanson and some other guys to at least feel more comfortable. You know, if they don't want to cheat, they shouldn't have to fight people that are. It's like, oh, if I want to fight in the UFC, I have to. If USADA's not there, it's like you have to cheat, right? Or it's not fair. It's not level. You can't become the champion if you're not cheating. If you're fighting against a bunch of people that are cheating. Maybe you can. I mean, you know, Daniel Cormier did his thug thizzle before USADA, but at the same time, you know, you see where Cub Swanson's coming from. He says, I don't think they catch everybody. I think there are some people who are getting around it, but for the most part, they're catching people. A lot of people who are getting caught, everyone's making excuses. Maybe a handful of those people are legitimate, but I doubt it. He's talking about some of the people who are making the tainted supplement excuse. But this is the thing. USADA's coming out and clearing some of these people up. Like I was just talking about, some people don't necessarily believe Anderson Silva is innocent, even though USADA just came out and said he was. But you know what I'm saying? You have to take him on his word, because it's USADA. The same people that told you that he was guilty are now telling you he's innocent. So you kind of have to take their word on it. It's a weird situation, but like you said, they're still cleaning up the sport. So at least it's not as rampant. They're doing a great job at what they do. Yeah, there's probably a couple people that, you know, have some crazy ass formulas that they ain't caught on to yet, but they're doing a good job still. He says, I have a hard time believing a lot of those tainted supplement excuses. I mean, you're supposed to be on top of all that stuff. With our coach, Sam Calvita, everything that we take, he's putting a stamp of approval on it. And if we were to test positive, he's basically putting our whole team like, hey, we all take this stuff. We give it to USADA. This is what we're taking. Feel free. And I feel very confident every time they test me. I'm like, yeah, come on, test me. I'm good. I'm clean. And, you know, we've heard that sentiment as well from other fighters like Demetrius Johnson. I'm not worried about USADA. They don't stress me because I'm clean. I'm good. I ain't got nothing to worry about. It's one of those situations, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about them invading your privacy if you have nothing to hide. That's kind of what he's saying. Like, yeah, they might be a little strict, but I ain't got nothing to hide. So I'm glad that they're catching these cheating motherfuckers. Catch all these not criminals, but, you know, catch these cheaters. So that's Cub Swanson. He's fighting this weekend as well at UFC 227 against Renato Moicano. That's going to be a great fight in the featherweight division. Cub Swanson looking to bounce back from that loss to Frankie Edgar. But it's going to be a tough fight against Renato Moicano. Betch Correia was supposed to be fighting at UFC 227. Forced out of the fight. I believe she's got a retina injury. Kind of like it reminds you of Michael Bisping. She says this is the most difficult situation in her career. She posted a lengthy explanation. She essentially said she was ready to fight. The commission told her she wouldn't be able to fight because of her eyes. She still wants to fight soon as possible. She's apologizing to her fans for not being able to fight. And, you know, if you want to check out the full statement, you can on her Instagram. But long story short, she's pulling out of her fight. She's apologizing, and it's got to do with her eye possibly having some detachment. She's dealt with this issue in the past. I believe in the Ronda Rousey fight. Then her last fight, it looks like Holly Holm might have knocked that shit, you know what I'm saying, silly. I'm not sure if that's what it was, but she was knocked out, I believe, in her last fight against Holly Holm. So I'm just putting two and two together. Maybe it's not the Holly Holm thing, you know. She said it started with Ronda Rousey, but yeah, the commission pulled her out of her fight. I believe she was supposed to be fighting Irene Aldana, but she does feel like she's able to fight, so hopefully she'll get rebooked at a later date. We'll see what happens. Last thing outside of the UFC to go over is PFL 5 was today. I didn't get to watch it. I was actually checking out Dan from Oregon's Fight Companion today. Shout out to him and Jay Smooth. They do their thing over there. You know what I'm saying? And I was just listening while I was doing a little bit of work. And this was some of the results, though. I was just a free plug to them. But as far as the results, I didn't get to watch any of the fights. But how the tournament's playing out, if you don't know, it's a $1 million tournament going on. I believe there's one in the lightweight and the light heavyweight division. And how it works is if you get a finish in the first round, you get 6 points. If you get a finish in the second round, you get 5 points. If you get a finish in the third round, you get 4 points. And if you win the fight by decision, you get 3 points. And at the end, it's like the top 8 fighters with the most points make it to the playoffs. And then they fight it out in like a tournament-style bracket, I believe. Winner takes home $1 million. So this shit is crazy when you know, it really adds to it. It kind of incentivizes guys to go out there and try and get the finish to move toward closer to that $1 million. That's kind of cool. And also some crazy shit happens. Like Chris Wade lost his first fight, so he had 0 points. But today, he got a first-round finish, 6 points. And since there was not that many lightweights that had 6 points yet, he secured a playoff spot after being at 0. So he got to come from behind first-round KO. Now he's in the playoffs. I believe these 7 fighters with the star by their name are secured their spots in the lightweight playoffs. There might be one more spot. I think Jason High might fight next. I don't know if he fought tonight. But at PFL 6 also, you got Kayla Harrison fighting against Josette Cotton. Holy shit, full-time family. Speaking of plug, if you ain't saw Josette Cotton's interview with Coach Shelton Harrison he did recently, that shit was lit, bro. That was raw, real, uncut. Like Coach told her before the interview, you can, you know, be yourself. You ain't got to censor yourself or nothing. You know, you can cuss and all of that. She's like, oh, word? So she was in there going in, bro, talking about a lot of the WMMA fighters, Cyborg, Holly Holm. Like, She was going in. That was a great interview if you listened to that. So go make sure you go check out that. Josette Cotton. And she's going to be who's taking on Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison's got a worthy opponent. Like I was telling y'all, they ain't just feeding Kayla Harrison cans, man. Josette Cotton is 8-1, a legit lightweight. I don't even think Josette Cotton can make featherweight. And she's going to be taking on Kayla Harrison in just Kayla Harrison's second pro fight. So that's going to be a great fight at PFL 6. I'll definitely be watching that. But I missed PFL 5. I listened to it, and we saw some of the lightweight and the light heavyweight tournament play out. So here's some of the names in the light heavyweight tournament. Vinny Magalhaes, I believe he fought tonight. Looks like he got 2 first-round finishes. So yeah, man. PFL doing their thug thizzle over there. I've watched some of the cards. I'll definitely be watching every fucking Kayla Harrison card because you're watching history in the making. At least as of right now, until she gets dethroned, which we'll see if that happens at PFL 6 versus Josette Cotton. It's going to be a tough-ass fight. I'm almost wondering, like, hey, PFL, what the hell is going on here? Why are you putting my girl Kayla Harrison against such a stiff-ass challenge, a legit lightweight who's got hands, you know what I'm saying, 8-1 record? You're putting Kayla Harrison up against a straight dog in her second fight. They must really believe in Kayla Harrison's skills training over there with the American Top Team, and I'm not doubting her. So I'm rocking with my girl Kayla Harrison, but I'm still Josette Cotton. I became a fan of her as well just listening to that interview. I didn't know much about her before that, but she's a cool-ass chick as well. So we'll see what happens in that fight. I'm looking forward to it. With that being said, full-time family, did I tell you guys yet that we got the motherfucking Cash App on deck? We ain't got to worry about trolls flagging it down. Ain't no motherfucking more GoFundMe shutting my shit down for no reason anymore. Maybe. I don't know how they would be able to shut my Cash App. If they did that shit down, who knows what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's something we would have to address. But I don't think that's possible. They don't take no fee away. Ain't no 30%. None of that shit. Free. Bada boom, bada bang. Punch in the number. $ full-time MMA. You're in the game. I got that set up today, as well as the full-time MMA store. Check this shit out, family. Pretty much learn how to be a graphic designer. That means we're going to start doing a lot more different types of merch. If cool shit comes up, I'll be able to put it on a t-shirt or a motherfucking mug. This was a cool one. I took the guy from the start of the video, put the no sign on him, don't be a bagel biter. I didn't know, actually right now, while there's still a few of you here, would you have rather it said, and I wanted to take a vote, but I couldn't because I wasn't live or anything. Would you have rather it said, don't be a bagel biting bitch boy, or don't be a bagel biter? I was thinking if I had don't be a bagel biting bitch boy, I couldn't wear that to work. But don't be a bagel biter, you know, that's one you can wear for fun. And, you know, someone's like, what's that shirt about? You know what I'm saying? And tell them the cool little story or inside joke, whatever you want to call it. So I thought that shirt was pretty cool. I didn't think I was going to be able to make something like that. And then, of course, this is limited time only. Fuck the other side. Gorilla piss all over Oscar. Fuck Oscar. Fuck the other side. Don't wear this shirt to work. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not safe, but at the same time, this is for the day one hitters that've been rocking since day one, A1. They know all about this picture. They know all about the other side. They know all about fuck Oscar. This is for the people that've been rocking with the channel. You know what I'm saying? The day one full-time family member. So I appreciate everybody. It's the end of the show. It's 3:30 a.m., but it's actually not the end of the show because I'm going to check the chat, see what y'all said first. I want to see what y'all had to say about the shirt. Bagel Biter. Cash App is legit. Leave a link in the description. I'll definitely do that. Makes for a more enjoyable video. Glad to see Coach's video lighten your mood. Yeah, that shit was dope, man. I was listening to that shit. Like, yo, what the fuck am I doing, man? Fuck these trolls. They can't do nothing, man. I'm gonna figure out this Cash App. But yeah, man, that shit was dope. Last week you was talking about no merch. Now you doing merch full time, moving up. Yeah, I didn't think I could because the guy that helped me out making the logos and stuff and transparent backgrounds, I haven't heard from him in a long ass time. I didn't know how to do none of that shit. So now that I figured it out and I had a few people asking about it, I learned how to do that shit and now we got it. So and some people said it makes it look more official too. So I mean, it'll just be up there. If nobody buys nothing, nobody buys nothing. Whenever I get something, I'm definitely getting me a couple shirts, you know, when I get the money. But, you know, it's up there now. So, on top of that, we got the Cash App popping. So, I mean, we're going to be growing. We're going to be getting our shit. And hopefully we'll be moving to a new studio soon. And also just doing everything to continue to grow, interviewing more fighters. I got to start reaching out to more. I don't know the best time frame to reach out. Like, should I reach out a week before the fight? Like 2 weeks before their fight? I don't know when they usually do media. I don't want to fucking hit them up. after a hard-ass sparring session, what up? I'm a fucking random-ass YouTuber. Want to do an interview? You know what I'm saying? But if there's any fighters out there that are trying to get your name out there, up-and-comers, like shout out to my dog, Memnom Warrior. I know you listen to the channel sometime. You don't comment much, but if any of y'all ever want to get on here and talk some MMA, talk about your career, what you got going on, bro, open invitation to anybody at all times, for sure. So I wanted to make sure I put that out there as well. But yeah, I think that's it for today. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, do y'all want to hear the world premiere one last time? We're gonna close out on this song, the fucking Cody Garbrandt. No, we're gonna play that at the beginning of tomorrow's show. So we'll close out on this song because tomorrow we're gonna be preparing for UFC 227. We'll run the Demetrius Johnson. We'll run the Cody Garbrandt. But we're gonna end the show this way today. Some Conor McGregor versus Khabib.
I love full-time MMA right now.
They call me Conor McGregor, there's no one better. I'ma fuck Khabib up, then go rematch Floyd Money Mayweather. If this dog shit Dagestani thinks he can stand with me, I'll damage him and leave him panicking. Let Russia know I am the king, I don't like you, won't even pretend to try to. I've waited this long to fight you, you shouldn't have fucked with my crew. You ambush Artem Lobov in the hotel lobby, so we went and called gang. Now I'm coked up off of Molly, now I'm coming to the stage. So I think that you should probably stay the fuck up out my way. Somebody get me a dolly. Yo, Conor McGregor, what the fuck is wrong with you? Come here, let me smash you like chicken, just let me humble you. You take all these drugs, but you won't take home a W. If we fight in UFC or if we fight with guns and crews. No, let me stop it, you don't want me to take it there. If you want, you can take a bear sit location and I'll be there.
That's all I'm saying, full-time family. Fuck you, time man. Fuck with your boy. Thank everybody for coming through to the late stream. Everybody listening on repeat. Y'all my motherfucking dogs. We'll be back live tomorrow. UFC 227 hype. We're going crazy. Hashtag and new Cody Garbrandt. Henry Cejudo will be your new champions Saturday. You heard it here first. You're going to hear it tomorrow again. And if you heard my predictions as well, fuck with y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out. And by the way, links are in the description to all that new shit. And trolls, eat a dick. Can't flag my Cash App. We out, full-time family. We'll be back tomorrow.